Welcome back to the Boxing Life podcast. If this is your first time listening, welcome. On this podcast, I talk about boxing 1 week, where I'll talk about the latest fights, what's happening in the boxing world, and then the next week I'll talk about life, like business, mental health, success, all sorts of good stuff. This week it's about life, and on this episode I talk about what to do with your body when you die. Also about our experience in San Jose when we went to a spa full of naked men. Talk about the crazy kid's birthday party I went to. Talk about the business of electric scooters that's around Santa Monica now. Santa Monica's full with them. Great business model, I get into that. My personal investments with stocks and how them's going. Also, guys, we are doing the Boxing Burn Academy all around the world this year. England, Australia, all around America. If you're interested in learning how to teach boxing, if you want a career in teaching boxing, you should check this out at the Boxing Burn Academy, where, like I say, we teach you how to teach boxing, how to build relationships, retain clients, and really make a business from your personal training. You can go to boxingburnacademy.com. If you use code BOXINGLIFE2018, you'll save $100 off. We've got an online course where you can do it from wherever you are in the world if you can't make a live course. And then, like I say, there are live courses everywhere. Yeah, Boxing Life 2018, use that code and save $100 and then invest that $100 into an app that I'll tell you about at the end of the podcast. Anyway, here it is, the Boxing Life podcast with me, Tony Jeffries. Enjoy. Yeah. It's Father's Day 2018, and while most men will be out, or most fathers will be out with their families, I'm in Boxing Burn, Santa Monica, recording a podcast because my wife told us you can do whatever you want to do on Father's Day. So this is it. So I've spent the day really. Now I've been with my family today and with my nephew. We've been out on scooters. Me and my nephew have, called birds, well, limes as well. So in Santa Monica, they've got these scooters. They are like little electric scooters that's everywhere around on all of the streets, and you get it's mad. Like you get there's an app called Bird or Lime because there's two different types of them, and what you do, it tells you where these scooters are, and they're just, like I say, they're just in the streets for anyone to get, and you get that app and you find out where the one's located. You go up to it, you scan the tag on your phone, and that's it. And then you can play it on this scooter, and it costs like 15 cents a minute, which is the equivalent of $1.50 for 10 minutes. So we've been on them like most of the day, flying around Santa Monica. Went down Venice Beach. We took them to the Gold's Gym, the famous Gold's Gym. Went for lunch, and and it's great. I think that's a great business. When I first heard about this business, I thought surely that's not going to work because. Well, one, I thought because how dangerous they are. You've got people flying around on the streets, on these scooters, on the roads that go 18 miles an hour. And I don't know how the hell this company got insurance for this, because surely there's going to be loads of deaths on it because people are mad when they get drunk. And, anyway, so that was one thing why I didn't think it would have took off. I would have thought it would have got banned. And the other reason I just thought, people are not really using them. Remember them things what you stood on, the two wheels. What were them called, Leon? What were they called? Segways. No, not a Segway. The ones where without the handle, with the two wheels, you just stood on them. I can't remember the name of them. The tiny little things we used in down Venice Beach before.
Segway?
It's not a Segway. The Segway is the one with a handle. This is the ones without the handle. What Mike Tyson fell off. There's a famous video of Mike Tyson when he fell off one of them. I can't remember the name of them. But anyway, them I thought them would have took off first because it saves people walking, and they were so small, but they never did. And so that's why I thought like maybe these scooters not going to take off. But now I think it's amazing. And these scooters, there's thousands of them around Santa Monica. Santa Monica is not that big. And Venice as well, and West LA, they're all over the streets, and they've got GPS in them, so they're not getting stolen. But they're everywhere, and it's a lot of fun as well. So yeah, we've been flying around the streets on these little scooters, racing each other and doing that, And my wife's a nurse in the hospital in Santa Monica, and she's seeing like the people come in with injuries, or they fell off them and they've been injured. And I think it's a matter of time before someone gets killed on them. Another good thing about that business is what I love about it. And if you know me or you listen to the podcast, you know I love business, I love ideas, I love creativity. Is how creative these have been. They've kind of it's kind of like a passive income for them. Well, not totally, but I think it's getting there, because I was thinking how they're going to pick all these scooters up, put them in the back of a van, take them somewhere, charge them, and then bring them back. But what they're doing, they're letting anyone charge them. So you can be a charger for these little scooters, and they pay you $5 for each one, right? So you take it home, you charge it. I don't know if you charge it overnight or however long it takes to charge, and then the next morning you put it out in what's called a bird's nest, the area where people pick them up from. And yeah, so it's $5 for each one. Might not sound a lot, but you can get 20 in one night. Charge them up. I heard it doesn't take that much battery. 20 one night, that's $100 a night. And you can do that. Let's say you do that 7 days a week. That's $700 a week. That's $2,800 a month just for charging these scooters up. If it's not real work, and it takes you an hour to pick them one night, an hour to drop them off in the morning, 2 hours work, earning $2,800 a month. And now the company, like I say, it's great. It's a win-win. You know. The only thing is, like I said, is the injuries, and if someone gets killed, how they're going to sue them. But yeah, so we've been doing that a day. We've been flying around on these birds, or limes. Like I say, the other ones are lime. We went down Abercrombie. I took my nephew to a place called the Shroom Room in Abercrombie. This is Terrio, who owns Sigmatic. He's been on the podcast before. He owns a company, an 8-figure mushroom company. How the hell is the 8 figures in mushrooms? But not even the actual mushrooms themselves. It's with what they make from the mushrooms. They pull all the goodness from them, and they've put them into a powder formula, and now they make the formula into a drink. And the marketing and the branding on Sigmatic is amazing. If you've not heard of it yet, I'm sure you will in the future. And it's something that I recommend. This Sigmatic, and I'm not endorsed by them. They actually asked if they could sponsor the podcast at one time, but I didn't want to do it. I don't want to have one of them podcasts where I'm getting a little bit of money for the sales. You know, I do this podcast because I love doing it, and I do it for free. I don't want to be bombarded with ads. But anyway, so yeah, this company, I highly recommend the Sigmatic stuff, the drinks. They've got this one called Relish. It's a form of mushroom. And it's a powder. Now I put it in the drink before I go to bed. It's got some cacao in, which is like the chocolatey flavour. So it's like a hot chocolate before bed, and it helps relax you and have a good night's sleep on that. So I recommend Sigmatic. Anyway, so we went to the Shroom Room, which is on Abercrombie, and it gives it away for free. It's a tiny little hidden room on a busy street, and you go in there, and you've got mushroom seats, and they ask you what you want, and they give you it for free. It's amazing. And I asked him, I was like, why the hell would you give it away for free? And he's like, just let people try it, you know. And talking about business, like, one of the great things about him is I feel like he's went into that without trying to make money or become rich. He's a great guy, Terrio, the owner of that. And now he's flying. Like, he's giving it away for free. So if you want to if you're ever in Los Angeles, look up the Shroom Room on Abercrombie and go and try these mushrooms for free. So I took my nephew there from Sunderland, little tearaway, turned 18 years old a few weeks ago. Now he's in Los Angeles, Abercrombie, drinking mushrooms. Would never guess that he would have been doing that. And yesterday was a crazy day as well. I went to my daughter has been doing these dance recital things or whatever, I don't know what it is, dancing over here, ballet dancing and all that, and I went to watch her on stage. It was a dance recital in front of like 200 people. I got a tear in my eye. It was mad, like seeing my daughter who was 3 years old do that dance stuff and that. Anyway, I don't want to bother about that shit, but like it was really affected me and really changed us, and I felt emotion that I've never felt before in my life through watching my daughter dance on the stage. It was it was pretty intense, It was pretty intense, but it was a great feeling. And then after that we went to a birthday party on Rodeo Drive. I'm sure if you've seen Pretty Woman, you'll know Rodeo Drive. That's the famous street where Julia Roberts went on the Pretty Woman movie and she got knocked back because she couldn't buy the clothes from the posh shop. Anyway, a little bit further up on that street, there's massive houses, like probably starting at $10 million a house. Well, I went in one of them big houses for a kid's birthday party, and for my daughter, she was like 3 years old. It was a 4-year-old birthday party in an amazing house, and it was really good, really eye-opening. And every time I go up to somewhere like Beverly Hills or Rodeo Drive, even though Santa Monica, where I live now, is lovely, when you go in there and the houses are next level, it's pretty motivating to see these massive houses, you know. The party was in the tennis court in the back garden of the house. I had bouncy castles, big massive slides, character chews, whatever it's called, where they draw pictures of you. I had like Mexican food on a barbecue. It was like that, everything, you know. And it was amazing to be there and motivating and great for my daughter. And while I was there, another thing. So I told you that my emotion went mad on the morning with the watching one daughter dance. It went a bit the other way through this party because a bigger kid ran into me little kid, me middle kid, who was 2, Jessie, and banged her head against her head. And Jessie fell against the floor and banged the back of her head off the concrete floor. And that kills me thinking of that stuff, because if you do listen to this regularly, you know what I'm thinking about: brain trauma and brain damage. And even now, when if I ever bang my head off something or sit up or something touches my head hard, I always think about the damage it's done to my brain. So when my 2-year-old daughter's banging the back of her head off the concrete floor, it just really goes to us and makes us feel sick, thinking about the damage that's done to a developing 2-year-old brain. I mean, I'm sure we've all banged our heads when we were kids, but it's happened a few times, and yeah, it's something that I don't really like. I'm sure no one really likes it. Funny as well, at that party I was talking to my mother-in-law who was there, and we were talking about when you die, and she was saying she wants to be cremated and all that, and we spoke about giving body parts away, and she said she'd donate her body to science, and that's something that I would want to do. I don't know if have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about when you die, what do you want to do with your body? Do you just want to burn it, or do you want to bury it, or do you want to give it to science, or give it to studies, or you might have some good lungs there, or good kidneys, or whatever people give away. I don't know what it is, hearts, brains. But I really want to. I'm going to donate my brain when I die to boxing research and for the CTE stuff. That's something I really want to do, because I'm obviously a big believer in not a big believer, a big I don't know what the word, to try and raise awareness for brain health in boxing. So yeah, I mean, I want to donate my brain, I want to donate my body parts, my kidneys, my liver, my heart, whatever I can, my blood, whatever's good, I want to donate it to someone else who's less fortunate, because what I believe in is when you die, you're gone forever, you're not coming back. I don't believe in life after death and all that. So if I can help anyone when I'm dead, I want to help them, you know. And yeah, I don't want to be buried or burned. Just do whatever you want with my body. If I can help someone, help someone. And another thing that I've been watching lately is this TV show. I'm gone everywhere with this. It's like gone from burying your brain, burning your body, to donating your brain, to this TV show that I've been watching as well, what I'm obsessed with. It's called Staircase, and it's about a man who gets arrested for murdering his wife. I'm not going to give too much away, but he documented the full thing. Like, he had a camera crew. He was a rich, wealthy author, and he got a camera crew to record everything about the case, and it's absolutely amazing. And heartache, you get heartache from it, you know. So I recommend that. It's on Netflix now, called Staircase. Really, really good show. What else is happening? So we are going to Australia in 3 weeks. Can't wait for that, for the Boxing Burn Academy. That's our education program where we teach trainers how to teach boxing. And I've been working a lot lately on marketing that and promoting that. And it's going well. I think we've sold like 24 spots so far. Mad, isn't it? 24 spots so far at a place to the other side of the world. And that's mainly through Facebook advertisement. But as well, the people can see the quality of the product that we offer. You know, and this idea, this Boxing Burn Academy was just the idea, like a few years ago. And it's went from just the idea to a full-on business. Leon, plug that in, please. And the business, now, like I say, now we're traveling around the world to Australia, meeting new people, networking. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It's the best thing that I do. And you've all heard the saying, if you love your job, you never work a day in your life. And that's exactly what it is. I love it that much. It's not work. You know, I can work on this shit. Like I say, it's Father's Day now. And I'm doing a podcast, but I'm working on that stuff as well. Sorry, just put my laptop on charge. Yeah, so Australia in a few weeks. I've got messages coming through on my phone right now of people in Australia. Because the thing that I'm doing for the marketing for that is, obviously, like I said, Facebook ads and Instagram ads. And their call of action, I'm not sending them straight to the website, I'm sending them to a direct message. So they direct message me directly and ask us questions. And then I give them the answers. I'm a workaholic, you know. I could pass this on to someone else to do and someone to answer the questions, but I like to do it. I like to be in control of it. I like to be real, and there's nothing realer than coming through to the academy and speaking to me directly, and people appreciate that. But I love doing it. I love building these relationships, and where I think there's too many businesses where they do shit like this, but they're too salesy, you know, and what I've just said about the not going into to make money. We're not going into to make money. Honestly, we're not. Like I said, I love doing it. The money is a bonus, and I think people see that when I'm talking to them on there. You know, and obviously I want to sell, and we need to sell. That's why I'm doing the ads. But it's not the be all and end all, and I think that's why we're having success with it, with a passion and that. But yeah, I'm working my arse off doing that. If you know anyone in Australia, let them know about the Boxing Burn Academy and the Boxing Life podcast, because it's hard because we booked it and never knew anyone over there, and I feel the pressure's off now that we've got this many spaces sold. One of my biggest fears was coming over here and having like 6 people either show up or sign up, and it would have been pretty disheartening for me. So I really challenged myself to get 30 or more people there, and I'm obsessed with it. Like I said, I'm a workaholic and I don't stop working at it. If I didn't get it, I would be a failure, and I'm not a failure. Are you a failure? I'm not a failure. So yeah, that's going really well as well. We've just gotten back from San Jose last weekend. And we booked this course within 3 weeks of hardly any promoting. 3 weeks. Went to San Jose. I flew up San Jose to do a podcast with the Mind Pump boys. It was at their gym just to promote this course. And I was worried out, like, shit, we've got 3 weeks to promote a course. We got 16 people there. Met some great men. They were all men as well. But the idea behind it was we want to get people there so they come to the level 2 course. That's next week, and a few of them have done that. So yeah, it's great to build the relationships, meet new people, and expand the business at the same time, and help people. And we've helped so many people. We're helping people help people. It's great. So after San Jose, we went there, and it was me and my nephew Leon. We brought him up to help out a little bit. And then we had Glenn was there, and we finished the course early, and we weren't flying back till like 8 p.m. So we had a little bit of time. We finished at like 4 p.m. So let's go to the spa. So we found a spa nearby, and we went to this spa. It was a Korean spa. Never been to a Korean spa in my life, but we got our dressing gowns and all that. Went in. It was $20 each for three of us, $6. Went in there, and I was like, whoa, this is weird. It was just like 7 men, like in the dressing rooms, naked, sausages hanging out, looking at each other and all that, like, fuck me, look at this. I mean, we've been to change rooms before, obviously, I've been around this shit all my life, but this was just a bit weird. Like, they were just standing having conversations, drinking, just sausages hanging out. Then we thought maybe just because it's the changing room, let's go into the spa. So we got our dressing gowns on. We all had our boxer shorts on underneath our dressing gowns to go into the jacuzzi. Now, we walked into the spa, and there's about 30 men just all like close to each other. It was like a big horrible sex orgy. It was horrible. It wasn't even, they weren't having sex or doing anything like that. They just had the dicks hanging out, and they were just looking at each other, and it was horrible. Like, it really was. We were like, oh my God. And I was like, shall we go in? Like, they were sitting in the hot tub without the bubbles on, so you could see straight through, and you could just see like dicks and like old balls just floating around the water. So Glenn was like, fuck this, let's get out of here. So yeah, that's what we did. We went out. Now, as I was walking out, mate, we can't go in there. I went, come get a refund, please. He went, yeah. He went, you don't like the all nude? I went, nah, mate. He went, yeah, it's our culture, you know. I mean, fair play. Let me give us a refund as well, which I didn't expect, but that's their culture. Walking around, just sausages hanging out, looking at each other. You know, just bit weird for Englishmen to be doing that shit, standing talking to your mate, like, or groups of people, and it's just, yeah, not for us. We're used to the spa over here in West Hollywood. There's a spa called Voda Spa. It's great. Ben Greenfield, podcaster, been up on this podcast as well. He recommended it to us before, and it's great. It's a Russian spa. It's got like huge saunas, cold plunge pool, swimming pool, steam rooms, like multiple saunas. It's got a red hot jacuzzi, ice cold plunge pool. It's got like a juice bar inside of it, and it's full of Russian gangsters, so it's always good to people watching there. So we normally go there, so we're used to that, and it's mixed as well, so it's men and women. Obviously, you wear your gear, so we're used to that, and you know. And last time we were in there, we seen that Logan Paul, a guy off YouTube who's blew up. He's absolutely massive. He was a Viner. I remember watching him on Vine. A guy called Logan Paul, and this YouTuber, he's making millions now through his YouTube channel. He was the one who done a video blog where he seen a dead body, and he posted the dead body hanging. It was someone committed suicide, I think, in Japan or somewhere, and he posted that. Yeah, we've seen him in Voda Spa. And I heard that he was going to have a fight. You know, these YouTubers are having boxing fights. I can't remember the names of the ones that did it. But I heard he was going to have a fight, so I sent him a DM on Instagram saying, because after that I tweeted him saying, if you ever want to come to the gym, come to the Box and Burn, because I heard he was having this fight. And he never replied, but he followed us, so I sent him a DM saying, if you're training for this fight, I'm your man to train you. You know, I'd love to train him to get that publicity. And he never replied, but doesn't matter. You know, that's what people see. I'm great at is networking and approaching people, and I think that's not cheeky. You know, you're not trying to sell someone something. Doing that, it's networking and building your network. And for all you know, we could have said yes and could have come down here, trained him, and could have tagged the gym and shit, and the gym would have got more business, I would have got more business, everyone would have got more business just by that one tweet. So don't be shy. Don't be shy in business. What we're seeing where I'm from is shy bands getting out. That means shy kids get nothing. So if you don't ask, you will never know the answer. So in business, you've got to be. I think you've got to be a bit forward with that and asking people for stuff. I was at this talk before where he was talking about Instagram and how you should be tagging companies on your Instagram if you're posting shit on. Like, let's see if I post a video or a picture of me wearing a Nike t-shirt when I'm doing boxing and it's a good picture. I tag Nike in it, Nike training, Nike everything, and the chances are they're not going to even see the post, but there might be that tiny little chance that they see the post and they repost it to their millions of followers. And this guy was telling us about that, where he done a picture where he was doing a Superman push-up and he tagged like Men's Fitness in the magazine, the Men's Fitness magazine, in the post on Instagram. And he said 3 weeks later, well, Men's Fitness seen it, they reposted, he spoke to them. 3 weeks later, they come to his gym and they did like a 10-page spread on him and his gym just because he tagged this company in a picture. So I mean, I think that just shows you like how big of an impact that stuff can really have, you know. So that's what I was doing when I was trying to tweet that Logan Paul, because you never know what might have come of that. And tag companies as well, you know, companies like that shit. Even post stuff on your story from influencers, stuff like that, and get the conversation going. That's a good thing to do. And I talk a lot about this on my talk with social media. I talk about social media marketing on the Level 2 Boxing Burn Academy. What's next weekend? About branding yourself as a business, if you are in the fitness industry. Well, anything really, everyone's got a brand, whether you think about it or not. Well, if you're on social media, you've got a brand, because everything you post on social media is a reflection on you. No matter what you post and what you post about, it's a reflection on you as a brand. That's why I think everyone should be professional on social media. In the past, I've been not so professional and been seeing stupid shit like a few years ago. But now I'm super professional on there, and it's representing my personal brand and the company, you know. Because if you're putting stuff on your Instagram or Facebook about you're out drinking at night and you slapping girls' asses or whatever you're doing, if I'm a business owner and I'm looking for, and I know someone who wants to train boxing with someone, they're not going to give them to me if I'm out doing that shit, you know. So I think with that stuff, you've got to be super professional with all of the content that you put out there, what you're posting, and really think about it. And as well, if I'm looking for a trainer for my daughter, and someone says, oh, you know, there's this guy Tony Jeffries works at Box and Burn, and I'm like, all right, sound. I'll Google Tony Jeffries, and if I Google that name, it could be anyone. I'm just using me as an example. And someone Googles me, and I'm on Instagram, and I'm doing stupid shit on Facebook, and my status is negative about I hate this, I hate that. You know, my daughter's not going to work with that trainer. So I think everyone's got to really think about that and think about their personal brand and how to and be aware of, like, people do know, people do watch, and people do refer you to other people. So yeah, you've got to be, no matter what business you do, you've got to be aware of that. Speaking of speaking, I'm speaking at the Rise Fitness Business Summit in October 7th or 5th, I think it is, up in San Jose, where I'm going to be talking to 200 plus fitness businessmen, fitness enthusiasts, personal trainers, and talking to them about branding and that sort of thing. This is going to be the first time I've done anything like this on a big stage where I'm up there and people's paid money to come just to listen to me. I mean, on the Boxing Burn Academy, it's different because I'm teaching them hands-on stuff as well as a bit social media marketing. But with this, it's all about the talk and the presentation. So, yeah, I'm nervous when I think about that already. It's the first time I've done it. Yeah, San Jose, October 5th, the Rise Fitness Business Summit. You should check it out, and if you're in California, maybe come to that and see what it's all about. I don't know how much the tickets are or where you get the tickets from, but if you send us a message, we'll find out where they are. Looking forward to that. Well, I think that's it for this podcast. I'm going to wrap it up now. If you are interested in the Box and Burn Academy, use code BOXNLIFE2018 and you will save $100 off anything on the website. Well, any course on the website, the online courses, the live courses, whatever. So BOXNLIFE18 and save $100. And with that $100, what can you do with $100? You can invest it. There's an app called Acon, Acorn, Acon, where it's an investment app. You can put that $100 into that app, and what that app does, it invests the money for you. You can pick how. This is not a sponsor, by the way. I'm just talking about something that I've done. You can pick how aggressively you want to invest your money. So I've got money in there now. I've got good money in there now. I put it on highly aggressive. So now, since I started doing it, I've made 28% on the money I put in there. I put a few grand in, so I'm doing all right. So yeah, with that $100, put that $100 that you save off the Boxing Burn Academy and invest it in an app like Acon. I think there's a few more. It's like a keep the change app as well, but you keep the change that invest you for you. Use that. It's a great app, and it's great for your finances. Another thing before I go as well, I'll talk about my Twitter stock. So I've spoke about this before. Me and Kevin, my business partner, we paid ourselves a $5,000 bonus. We never really give ourselves bonuses, but we give ourselves a $5,000 bonus. This was about 4 years ago. And I was like, what should I do with this $5,000? I just want to put it in the bank. I've got some other savings there with that. So what I'd done, I thought, I'm going to put it in stocks. Didn't have a clue about stocks. And at the time, I was balls deep in Twitter. I used to use Twitter all the time. So I put my $5,000 into Twitter stocks. The very next day, the CEO left Twitter, and the stocks went. My $5,000 turned into $2,500, and I was like, "Oh my God, what the hell happened there? I should never have done that." So I lost $2,500. Not until this week, 4.5 years later, has that Twitter stock not only hit me $5,000 again, but it's boosted up, and now it's on at like $6,700. So now I've just made, well, it took like 4 years, but now I've got $6,700 in Twitter stocks from that $5,000 bonus that I used 4 years ago. Buzzing. What should I do? Should I take it out? Should I leave it in? Let us know. Leave us a message on Instagram. Tell me what you think I should do, because I thought straight away I want to take that money out of there, even though I've kind of forgot about it. I don't really need it. But my friend Paul King, another guy who's been on the podcast, Paul King, self-made multi-millionaire, that episode's off a few years ago in the archives, you can check it out. He told me to leave it in. So what should I do? I've got no experience with stocks. All I know now is I've got $6,500 from $5,000 that went to $2,500. What should I do? Let me know. Anyway, thank you for listening to the Boxing Life podcast. Use Boxing Life 2018, save $100, invest it, make loads of money, and then you can buy your drink when you see it. Until next time, I'll see you later.